In the town of Sunshine View, there lived a young girl named Tare. She was the most beautiful girl anyone had ever seen. Her skin shone, her eyes sparkled, and people often stopped just to stare at her. But beauty was the only good thing about her. Tare was rude, proud, and full of herself. She never greeted elders. She never helped her mother at home. She believed cooking, washing, and even kindness were for ordinary girls. Tare thought she was special, too special to behave well. Tare's mouth was like a knife. If someone annoyed her, even slightly, she would insult them in public. She called her classmates village rats. She mocked her neighbors' clothes, shoes, and homes. Her beauty made people notice her, but her behavior made them avoid her. Her parents tried to correct her. "Tare, speak gently," her mother said. "Learn respect, my daughter," her father added. But Tare would hiss and walk away. When Tare turned 20, suitors started coming. First came Kola, a farmer with rich land and plenty of yams. He brought wine and clothes to greet Tare's family. "Ugh!" Tare shouted. "A farmer? My hands are too soft to smell yam and sweat." Then came Emeka, a trader with shops in 3 towns. "Ew!" Tare said loudly. "His shoes look like they've seen war." Each suitor she insulted went away quietly. But word began to spread. One morning, a young man named Ola came to visit. He was neat, polite, and calm. He brought fresh palm wine, yam flour, and a bag of oranges. He bowed before Tare's parents and asked to see her. Ola said kindly, "I may not be rich today, but I will love and respect your daughter. I will work hard for her and give her peace." When Tare came out and saw Ola, she rolled her eyes. "Is this a joke?" Ola stood quietly and greeted her. But Tare pointed at him and laughed. "You marry me with your poor man's shoes? Please, I don't marry beggars." Her laughter echoed in the compound. Even the neighbors heard. Ola lowered his head and said nothing. He simply thanked her parents and walked away. Her father looked at her with disappointment, but she didn't care. Months passed. Then years. The suitors stopped coming. Tare was still beautiful, but everyone remembered her rude mouth. No one wanted trouble in their home. Her younger cousin, Simi, got married. Her childhood friend, Tolu, had a baby. But Tare was still alone, still looking into the mirror and calling herself a queen. As time went on, her beauty started to fade. Her skin wasn't so smooth anymore. Her eyes lost their shine. Yet her bad character remained. She was still rude to her mother and mocked anyone who passed by. One day, news spread through the village. Ola is coming back. He had become a wealthy builder in the city. He owned 2 houses, ran a charity, and was bringing donations to the village school. When he arrived, he was wearing fine clothes. By his side was a gentle, smiling woman, his wife. She greeted everyone, including Tare's parents, and even hugged a few children. Tare watched from behind her window. Her hands trembled. Her eyes filled with tears. She whispered, "That could have been me." But it was too late. The same man she laughed at now had everything she ever wanted. Ola didn't even look her way. He had moved on. Tare sat under the mango tree alone. No husband. No children. No love. Just memories and regret. If only I had listened. If only I had spoken kindly. If only I had seen beyond his clothes. But no one could turn back time. Beauty fades, but character remains. And so the village learned from her story that a proud mouth can push away a golden future. That night, Tare could not sleep. She turned on her mat over and over. Ola's voice echoed in her head. His soft words. His calm face. The gentle wife by his side. Her pillow became wet with tears. She had pushed away the one man who came with pure intentions. Now she had no second chance. The next day, Tare went to the market. As she walked through the stalls, people whispered behind her, "Is that not the girl who insulted Ola?" She was beautiful, but her mouth spoiled everything. She heard the words. Her heart sank. For the first time, she didn't insult anyone. She bought her items quietly and left in shame. At home, Tare looked into the mirror like she used to. But the face staring back at her no longer looked proud. Her cheeks were thinner. Her eyes held sorrow. Angry, she picked up the mirror and threw it. It shattered into pieces. It was the first time she had truly faced herself. Her mother sat beside her and said gently, "My daughter, beauty fades, but good character shines forever. I warned you, but you laughed. Now life is teaching you." Tare cried like a child. She held her mother's hand and said, "Mama, I want to change. I don't want to be like this anymore." Tare started to do small things differently. She swept the compound. She helped in the kitchen. She greeted elders and smiled at children. People were surprised. "Is this the same Tare? She's changing, oh." But many still doubted her. One evening, a stranger knocked on their gate. His name was Baba Ife, an old storyteller who had come from another village. He was looking for food and a place to rest. Tare welcomed him and gave him water to wash his feet, surprising everyone. That night, Baba Ife told a story by firelight. It was about a girl who missed her blessing because of pride. He ended with the words, "Sometimes what we throw away today is what we cry for tomorrow." Tare lowered her head. The words pierced her heart. Days later, Tare made a decision. She would go and see Ola, not to beg for marriage, but to ask for forgiveness. Her hands shook as she walked to his house. His guards almost turned her away, but Ola saw her and asked them to let her in. She knelt before Ola and his wife. "I'm not here to cause trouble," she said. "I came to say sorry for the insults, the pride, the disrespect. I was foolish, and I lost something good." Ola smiled kindly. His wife reached out and lifted Tare up. "Peace be with you," Ola said. "I forgave you a long time ago." Tare walked home with peace in her heart. For the first time in years, she felt light. She had no husband, no riches, but she had something new, humility and healing. Tare began to teach younger girls in the village. She taught them how to speak kindly, how to respect people, and how to behave with wisdom. "Don't let beauty fool you," she would say. "Character is what holds a home." At first, the girls laughed behind her back. "What does she know? She chased all her suitors." But soon, they saw how serious she was. She helped them with chores. She corrected them in love. Slowly, they began to admire her. One day, her old friend Tolu, now a mother of 3, came to visit. She hugged Tare tightly. "You've changed," she said with a smile. Tare smiled back. "Life changed me." One morning, a new suitor came to the house. His name was Kunnel. He was not rich, but he was responsible and kind. He spoke with respect and said he had heard of Tare's change. Tare's heart beat fast. A second chance. When Kunnel left, Tare noticed his slippers were dusty. For a second, the old Tare inside her wanted to say, "See this one with dusty feet." But she caught herself. She closed her eyes and whispered, "No more insults." Kunnel returned the next day. He said, "I came back because I saw the way you respected my words. A proud woman would have mocked me, but you didn't. I see something beautiful in you now." After months of friendship and prayer, Kunnel officially asked for Tare's hand in marriage. This time, Tare didn't laugh. She smiled and said, "Yes." Her parents cried tears of joy. The village buzzed with surprise. Tare's wedding was not loud or showy. It was simple, joyful, and peaceful. People danced. Children sang. And the elders said, "This girl has truly changed." Even after marriage, Tare continued to mentor girls. Her house became a place of wisdom. She warned young women, "Don't chase wealth and forget kindness. Don't let pride destroy your future." Tare did not marry a rich man like Ola, but she married a man with peace, with sense, and with heart. She became loved, honored, and respected. In the end, she got a crown, not of gold, but of wisdom and grace. Tare's new home was not big or filled with gold, but it was full of peace and love. Kunnel woke up every morning with a smile, and they prayed together before starting the day. Tare cooked with joy, cleaned with her hands, and didn't complain. Even her mother-in-law praised her. One day, Kunnel's small shop caught fire. The damage was bad. Some people expected Tare to start shouting or blaming. But she held her husband's hand and said, "We still have each other. We will rise again." That day, the village saw how far she had come. To support Kunnel, Tare started making and selling snacks at the market. She stood under the sun, calling buyers with a warm voice. Hot puff puff. Fresh buns. People who once feared her rudeness now smiled at her kindness. Some even bought from her just to support her growth. One afternoon, an old woman called her aside. "You were once like fire, burning everyone. But now, you are like water, cool and refreshing. Never go back, my child." Tare wiped tears from her eyes and nodded. After 2 years of marriage, Tare became pregnant. When the baby arrived, it was a boy with bright eyes and a gentle face. They named him Ayo, which means joy. The whole village celebrated with singing and dancing. Now a mother, Tare began to share her story in village gatherings. She didn't hide her past. She told the truth, how pride nearly destroyed her future. Girls listened with open hearts. One whispered to her friend, "If Tare can change, maybe I can too." One evening, Ola returned to Elaru for a ceremony. He came with his wife and children. Tare and Kunnel also attended. When their eyes met, there was no shame, only respect. Ola walked over and said, "You've built something beautiful." Tare smiled and replied, "So have you." They shook hands and moved on. The village council invited Tare to speak at a gathering of women. At the end, they gave her a wooden crown carved with the words, "True beauty is character." The whole crowd clapped. Tears ran down Tare's cheeks as she bowed in humility. Tare began writing short letters and lessons for young girls. She called them Words for the Wise Daughter. Her first note read, "Don't wait for life to humble you. Humble yourself now and your future will rise." Many girls kept her letters in their rooms. Years passed. Tare grew old with grace. Her home remained full of laughter. Her son, Ayo, grew into a respectful and humble young man. When people spoke of Tare, they didn't just remember her beauty, they remembered her change. And so, the girl who once chased away a crown with pride, found a better one, through humility, growth, and love. Please, subscribe to African Tales by Helen Gold for more African stories. Comment, like, share, and turn on your notification bell.